Hello everyone. Welcome back to the chapter Chemical Happiness and the Meaning of Life, written by Yuval Harari. This is Misufna Sevio from the Department of English, Carmel College, Mala. So we were talking about the happiness level of human beings and the biochemistry and what is the relation between both. So let us move on to the next paragraph of the chapter. This is true not only of private lives but also of great collective events. Take for example the French Revolution. The revolutionaries were busy. They executed the king, gave lands to the peasants, declared the rights of man, abolished noble privileges, and waged war against the whole of Europe. Yet none of that changed French biochemistry. Consequently, despite all the political, social, ideological, and economic upheavals brought about by the revolution, its impact on French happiness was small. Those who won a cheerful biochemistry in the genetic lottery were just as happy before the revolution as after. Those with a gloomy biochemistry complained about Robespierre and Napoleon with the same bitterness with which they earlier complained about Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. If so, what good was the French Revolution? If people did not become any happier, then what was the point of all that chaos, fear, blood, and war? Biologists would never have stormed the Bastille. People think that this political revolution or that social reform will make them happy, but their biochemistry tricks them time and again. So here Harari says that happiness level is true not only of private lives but also about great collective events, and he gives the example of French Revolution. People who fought during the French Revolution, they might have thought that they would be happier once their needs were met, once their revolution is won, they would be so happy. But those who were gloomy before revolution were still gloomy, but those who have got a happy disposition or a happy biochemistry, they are as happy as they were before the revolution. So they didn't make any change in their biochemistry. It didn't make any change in the happiness level of French psyche or the minds of French people. There is only one historical development that has real significance. Today we finally realize that the keys to happiness are in the hands of our biochemical system. We can stop wasting our time on politics and social reforms, purchase and ideologies, and focus instead on the only thing that can make us truly happy: manipulating our biochemistry. If we invest billions in understanding our brain chemistry and developing appropriate treatments, we can make people far happier than ever before, without any need of revolutions. Prozac, for example, does not change regimes, but by raising serotonin levels, it lifts people out of their depression. Nothing captures the biological argument better than the famous New Age slogan, "Happiness begins within." Money, social status, plastic surgery, beautiful houses, powerful positions, none of these will bring you happiness. Lasting happiness comes only from serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. So here he says that Harari is talking about the importance of finding new approaches to our biochemistry. How we can increase our happiness level by giving treatments to our biochemistry. Politics or social reforms cannot make people happy, but manipulating our biochemistry can make a change in the happiness level of human beings. Investing billions to study the brain chemistry and developing appropriate treatment can only make people happier. We can't make people happy using any social or economic means. We can make them happy using biochemistry. He gives the example of Prozac, which is an antidepressant drug which can manipulate our biochemistry, and it can increase the serotonin level in the brain, and thus the people will turn to be having a happy biochemistry in their brain, in their mind. In Aldous Huxley's dystopian novel Brave New World, published in 1932 at the height of the Great Depression, happiness is the supreme value, and psychiatric drugs replace the police and the ballot as the foundation of politics. Each day, each person takes a dose of soma, a synthetic drug which makes people happy without harming their productivity and efficiency. The world state that governs the entire globe is never threatened by wars, revolutions, strikes, or demonstrations, because all people are supremely content with their current conditions, whatever they may be. Huxley's vision of the future is far more troubling than George Orwell's 1984. Huxley's world seems monstrous to most readers, but it is hard to explain why. Everybody is happy all the time. What could be wrong with that? Huxley's disconcerting world is based on the biological assumption that happiness equals pleasure. To be happy is no more nor less than experiencing pleasant bodily sensations. Since our biochemistry limits the volume and duration of these sensations, the only way to make people experience a high level of happiness over an extended period of time is to manipulate their biochemical system. So here, Harari is talking about one of the novels written by Aldous Huxley. The title of the novel is The Brave New World. So he is talking about this particular novel and a particular drug used by the people there. In Aldous Huxley's novel Brave New World, people take a drug called soma to remain happy. Huxley's world is based on the biological assumption that happiness equals pleasure. To be happy means it is experiencing pleasant bodily sensations. If you can enjoy pleasant bodily sensations, then you are happy, then you are supposed to be happy. This view is also opposed by some scholars, but in this novel he is saying that his people, or the people of the Brave New World, they are taking a drug every day, and the name of the drug is soma. They are taking this medicine every day in order to remain happy. So with this we can wind up today's class. Thank you. Have a good day.